Hey guys, I'm SD Wolf. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Shiloh Ridge episode 2. If you're watching this on October 7th, you're really early in on this series. I kind of did a lot of work between part 1 and part 2 and really kind of excited to get in and show you guys kind of what's going on. If you're new, this is just a park that I've kind of taken on in the desert biome. Started out as a little, almost like what we were calling a test park. Just, you know, kind of doing some little habitats and path testing, and it's kind of turned into a full-on zoo project, one I'm really excited about, one that we're really working hard on. I almost want to, I kind of almost want to take a little break from it though, because I'm having so much fun. I'm afraid I'm playing so much, I'm going to burn myself out on it. If you don't play Planet Zoo, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but it's just, I'm having so much fun. I don't want this to go away, and I know if I keep pushing myself and I keep having these, you know, 4 or 5 hour grind sessions, I'm gonna get burned out, and I'm just gonna probably not touch the game for a month or two. Planet Zoo is it's something weird that it does to your brain like that. It's very fleeting. It just comes and goes, but you know, at the same time, when you're hit with all this inspiration, you don't want it to go to waste. I'm literally sitting at work right now thinking, oh man, you know what I should do? I should really kind of add this over on the otter section. But anyways, I know I'm kind of getting off track here, but yeah, I am definitely having fun in the desert biome and having fun with Shiloh Ridge, and this is the next set of critters that have made their way to the zoo, and this is thanks in part to Dutch Lion, who filmed a zoo in the Netherlands, one of his home zoos, and I saw some of his shorts, and I saw a TikTok that he made. Definitely go check out Dutch Lion on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Really awesome Planet Zoo creator. Very hyper-realistic builds that make this look like dog poo. But I saw his shorts and I was like, man, that could be a fun little design for Shiloh Ridge, you know, with me trying to do a little bit more kind of like subdued exhibits and not make them all these just such a massive, you know, Animal Kingdom style on all of them. Kind of do it a little more intimate, and of course I know I said that, but when you see Elephant Springs here in a minute, you're going to be like, what's this guy talking about? But I wanted to add in and incorporate some of these smaller exhibits and not make everything this big massive production, because as we know, in real zoos, a lot of them don't have these massive footprints that they can utilize and, you know, give these ultra realistic, super huge habitats. They have to work with the space that they're given, and a lot of, you know, a lot of confines in that design go with a smaller area to design with, and that's what I was kind of thinking the whole time I was trying to emulate this little otter exhibit from the Netherlands. Is don't take up a big footprint. These otters are not going to be like, we'll just face it, you know, they're not going to be like a massive marquee attraction. You know, we're not talking like where the most of the masses go to, elephants, lions, rhino, you know, stuff like that. This is almost one of those smaller filler habitats that I think fit perfect right here on this little bend, like this little path, which will eventually, it will have you know, kind of foliage, maybe some gardens over here. Probably need to have a restroom over here. But yeah, so this is kind of what we went with. They've got almost like their little creek over here that has a very little bit of water in it, but they could, you know, still have enough to where they can get in and splash around, and the guests can watch them. And then over here they have their larger pool that's a little bit deeper that they can, you know, would actually submerge in and could swim all around. I don't think I have it actually deep enough for them to do it in game, but this is, like I said, it was one of those design ideas that I wanted to go a little bit smaller. Didn't want like this massive aquarium style otter habitat. So I think this worked out pretty fun. They've got their little nesting cave right there. I thought these kind of like these dead leaves worked really good as kind of almost like substrate on top of that sand. And then they've got this little kind of rickety facade in the back. We've got just Goron's barrel kind of tipped over. And actually in the real habitat, this barrel has a hole in it and they can go up in there and play. But I thought this was a pretty cool little spot for them to explore and play around in. We've got a little glass section right here where you could get really up close, kind of if they're messing around here and foraging. But yeah, and then we've got this little bridge that kind of leads you kind of underneath the gut, kind of going over towards them. Put up a little bit of signage, small clawed otters, and then the Tasmanian devil. If you round their corner and come over here, whoa, one just took a big jump. Here's these little guys. But yeah, so started out with the little guys. Now let's go ahead. We'll kind of make our way over here to the larger attraction. We've got the little bit of a sign out here, kind of still working on some what I want the signage to look like. But yeah, Elephant Springs, when you make your way past this little cafe, you are over here in the village. So yeah, Elephant Springs, this is like a play on the Fort Worth Zoo's Elephant Springs, but I kind of wanted to do almost like a little village area where you could come in, go to the bathroom. I brought in one of my, kind of like my East Indian inspired gift shops that I believe we originally made this for either Suyana or maybe a section of Pine Creek. But this is just like a little spot you can pop in, grab you some t-shirts, grab you some plushies. We've got all kinds of little things back here to stop in and shop with. And of course, we've got a big set of restrooms. I got to give a big shout out to Bold. She made me this awesome custom Elephant Springs sign. And we've got the wooden elephant statue here with kind of like the little bit of the springs or the little geysers kind of popping off. Then we brought in my old Tamu facade, kind of based off of Animal Kingdom. You could stop in there and grab you some drinks. And right here, kind of anchoring the back of the village, is a guest relations building. So, of course, any kind of information you need, first aid, anything like that, inquiring about, birthday rentals, stuff like that, park maps, all of that you can get inside the guest relations building. But I think this came out pretty cool, kind of like I said, just like a little adventure village area that you would come to before you get to the elephants. And then as you make your way back through here, this is where a little bit more of the Fort Worth style theming comes in. And we actually have the presentation area. And I like to do these little hints of blue, like even with the benches and the little car and the little paddles here, just you kind of make it look a little like cohesive with that watery blue spring feeling. And then when you come up in here, this is definitely the stars of the show. This is the Elephant Springs actual Indian elephant habitat area. So they've got their big giant pool here that they do come down and swim in. I don't know why they're kind of nosing around the edge right now, but they do get out here and walk and swim in this. We've got a little waterfall, and then we've got the whole kind of like the viewing area, the covered viewing area. I've got some little, I found a little sketch on Google of a little Indian elephant, and we've got just the little props, and you could kind of be in here, in the shade, out of the sun. And this kind of looks out over over their lagoon. Yeah, there she goes. She's getting down in there. Got the little canoe hanging. But I thought this would just be just like in the real zoo. I think this is just like a perfect little viewing area. And then the water kind of spills over right here a little bit, but the wall is up high enough to where they can't actually. Probably needed to, could have made that a little deeper right there. But the wall is up, kind of like implied to where they can't get up and kind of, that's that kind of little barrier to keep them from getting to the guests. Really, really pleased with how this come out. And you can't, you don't have to just view them from the water. I actually also have a little land viewing area, so you get a pretty good shot right here. And we even have, just like the orangutans, just a little a glass viewing section too. If you're lucky and they're kind of over here messing around, you could get a really, really up close view. And so this is their little yard section. And this over here is kind of like my little makeshift, you know, just implied backstage barn area. I'll probably make that a little bigger, but I just kind of wanted to, I thought the barn style roof looked really cool, kind of sitting there on the back. But yeah, this is kind of what I was envisioning for Suyana. Maybe even, this might have even come out a little better than Suyana would have, just because of the angle and the way that I build, you know, typically, like, I love building around 12, and I just think the sunlight and the way it hits the water, oh my gosh, okay, that didn't work. We're gonna have to get rid of some of these rocks. She climbed up on the rocks. That is not how it goes down at Fort Worth. You would have a really, really close view. That is so cool. I love when they come. One time she came over and she was like almost right underneath that waterfall getting splashed. That was really, really cool. Okay, so we have a smart one here. She has learned to climb on those rocks. Okay, please get off there, ma'am. Thank you. Here, I thought I was being cheeky getting like a cool little rock design up. And they definitely use that. I haven't seen the big guy get into the water yet. He has yet to get out here. It's only been the girls over in the water. So we'll have to hopefully maybe get a shot of him cooling off and taking a little bath. But don't you guys think this come out cool? Just like this little beach area and like their whole lagoon. Went pretty large with this. This is a pretty large footprint, but you have to think, look how much we built them up, though, you know. They literally get their own village and like little workshop, gift shop area. They have their own restrooms and anchored almost by a little cafe restaurant. So I don't think this would have lent itself to a rinky-dink little tiny exhibit. You know, that was the whole point of Elephant Springs, and the payoff of it was to come down through here and really be taken back by their lagoon and by this larger open space. And plus, too, you got to figure there's 5 of them in here, so I definitely wanted to make sure to give them enough room, and trying to split their lagoon and land area kind of evenly. And I think we captured that really, really well. Don't you guys think this kind of splits that really good to where they're not spending all of their time in the water, but it gives them enough to where you just saw there are 3 or 4 of them in here and they're not on top of each other. Like, they all had enough room to splash around and play, and I think the guests are really, really going to enjoy this. I know I would enjoy this if I had something like this at Zoo Knoxville. Hint, hint, Zoo Knoxville. Let's get us a new elephant habitat going here. Of course, Zoo Knoxville doesn't have Indian elephants. It is actually, it's Africa. It's the large African elephants at Zoo Knoxville, which are actually going away soon. They're going to a retirement home because Zoo Knoxville, it is in fact going to go through a whole new redesign on their elephant yard and their elephant presentation, and I'll definitely have to get up there and get you guys footage of that when all that kicks off. But that'll be a few years down the road. That will take them quite a while to get all that done. Other new changes, we've got a little video board here, as I teased on Twitter and Instagram. I don't have red pandas yet, but I just thought this was just a really cute video that I found on one of my editing programs, and just to kind of have, just make the path look a little more alive, animated the font, and have those guys on here playing. If you're new, don't forget to go back and watch part 1, where I give a little more in-depth view of the path work and the rock climbing wall. I'll just kind of take you guys back through here real quick and just give you a quick rundown. If for some reason the algorithm popped you down on this video, this is like one of our little orangutan exhibits. And they've got some little, is it proboscis? No, no, I've got the little gibbons in here. Yeah, I got some little gibbons in here with the guys. With the guys and gals. And then kind of this is the entrance area, kind of the entrance bridge that kind of takes you back here to the back side and where the primates are going to be. Got us a little waterfall back here. And I think what is going to be these guys' neighbors is we will, I want to do some kind of cool gorilla ridge, gorilla habitat over here. I think that little statue right there just looks perfect on that rock kind of here near the water. And the gorillas will have like a little safety barrier, like a little lagoon as well. Another thing too, I was thinking we could encompass in Elephant Springs. We could also do Indian rhinos over here as like a pairing exhibit. Or we could just come up with something smaller. We could do a little smaller exhibit right here instead of 2 large exhibits back to back. We could even do maybe a restaurant out here, smaller exhibits. We'll bring the path over here and kind of get this kind of caught up together, and maybe do an exhibit, something right here. We've got a lot of animal options nowadays, a lot of things we could try and do to, kind of just help continue the story out and bolster this area. This is another design that the whole time, just like I said in part 1, that I had in mind was to promote exploration. That is, I don't want to just kind of just present you the animals and there they are. I really want to kind of, this zoo, I want to promote that, like what is down there. We have to go down this path. Have we ever been down this path before? I don't remember this. Let's go see what's at the end of this. Let's see what's down there. I think that is what's so fun about this zoo. It is not so in your face. A lot of things are in fact hidden, and nothing different with the Indian elephants here. When you kind of round this corner, instead of them just being here, it is like, whoa, look at this. What is all this down through here? Let's go down through here and see if we can, find a bathroom or get something to drink and just keep walking. And so, yeah, that is kind of it's what I like about this zoo. It's like the mysteriousness of it. And I think compared to my other zoos, this just has more imagination. I just think it's more, it's like more intimate. I just like the flow of it. I like this whole mysterious vibe of it, where you don't know what each of these paths hold, or kind of what leads you down through here, and what you're going to see around each turn. And I think that is just really, really fun. Really, really having a lot of fun with this. Like I said, you guys think maybe I should stop for a week or two, take a little break, get some ideas together, maybe watch some YouTube videos so I don't kind of just jump in and just stop all this. But yeah, guys, like I said, this part, main part of this is I just wanted Elephant Springs feedback. If you can, just let me know what you guys think of this, and of course the Otters too. But really, really appreciate all that feedback last time. I think we got over 30-something comments, I believe. So definitely appreciate that. So keep that coming, and let us know what you think of Shiloh Ridge. What turned into a little piddly little test zoo for blueprints has turned into a full-fledged zoo. And remember, every time I put out an episode, I'm going to try to put the zoo on the workshop, or update the zoo so you can come in and you can grab the latest version, and probably after you watch the video you can jump in and explore the zoo for yourself in your own time, and look at all the different little nooks and crannies and the different detail that I've added in. I think you'll have a lot of fun, and I really want to try that this time instead of holding the zoo, like holding the zoo hostage until the whole series is done. I just want to regularly update it on the workshop so you guys can follow along like that, and I think it'll get you more invested. I think there'll be more engagement with the zoo when you can get in and really look at it in real time. So anyways, guys, I'm Dan Wolf. As always, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next video.